Coming up on the MLS Review Show, we'll see if Portland can avenge their opening weekend loss to the defending champs when they get them on their home turf at Geldwen Field. But first, Ben Olsen's squad is unbeaten in their last 5 matches since an ugly defeat at the hands of Houston. After taking 4 of 6 points from a West Coast swing, DC United returned home to try and keep the momentum going against the Quakes. Olsen started a young backline in their match against the Galaxy and didn't tinker with a group that shut down the league's top team. In fact, the Red and Black decided consistency was key, rolling out the same starting 11. Despite lingering near the bottom of the Western Conference, San Jose are one of the hottest teams in MLS. The Quakes climbed back into the mix for the playoffs with a strong showing in their last 5. Head coach Frank Yallop has seen new faces like former Crew forward Steven Lenhart and rookie midfielder Anthony Mpipa-Takwong step up and earn more minutes. Dave Johnson and Thomas Rongen called the match from RFK Stadium.
We're going to play for a tie in that first 45 and then let it go in the second half, as he's done in the last 5 games.
Now it's Lenhart moving forward with the ball at his feet. The long distance shot tipped over the bar by Hamid. They try the left side with Wolf. Tries to play it in. There's Aiden Nahar, and it's a goal! DC United!
Josh Wolf heads up right now. Sees Nahar sprinting. Goes through a crowd. Nahar stays with it, which some players don't do, and then you get rewarded.
It looked like 3 different defenders had a chance to redirect it and just barely missed all 3 of them. I think even Hernandez got a little tiny piece of it, but it still went through. The flag is down. Lenhart dribbles the keeper, shoots, and it's a goal! Steven Lenhart equalizes just minutes after Nahar.
Then Ethan White clearly steps at the wrong time. Stevenson, we talked about, dropping underneath, and then Leonard peeling off, and becomes a pretty routine goal for them.
Into the mixer, headed away by White that time. Headed right back in by Ring. Closing up again. This drop for Stevenson. The shot is there, blocked. It's alive. Lenhart is there, and it's 2-1 for San Jose.
Again, not being picked up by Sims, and not being followed by either Kitchen or Perry White. And then the rebound, Mr. Lenhart says, thank you for coming.
Chris Cord looking for options, slots it through. Brett Schneider posting up at the top of the box, turns, shoots, and it's a goal! DC United!
Cord plays a ball through, tight turn, getting away from Burling, and then you know what? That's a class finish.
Against Betashore, dancing along the goal line. Tried to cross it in low, he's going to get back onto it. Wolf shoots! Blocked away, and it's a corner. Teeing it up on his right, goes down quickly by White. Still Dawkins. Lenhart throws her past Dawkins in the middle, and scores!
Not great defending. The give and go by Leonard and Dawkins in tight spaces. Nobody covering, on the other side, and Dawkins just finishing this one very well.
Corrales was open, but never got to him.
Well, Woolen did very well.
Another ball played in. Out comes Hamid. It's headed past him, and it's a goal. It's a hat trick for Steven Lenhart, and the San Jose Earthquakes are up by 2 with half an hour to play.
Billerbeat comes late, now decides to continue, doesn't get a piece of anything, and then Leonard has proven that that's where he's best at. Coming into this game, almost a must-win, and you're flat. It ruins the bobblehead night for Eddie Nahar in the first game. Also goal for Brett Schneider.
So there's the final whistle, and there is the hero for San Jose. 3 goals for Steven Lenhart, plus an assist.
Chivas came to Houston looking to keep the attack firing on all cylinders, but the Goats had only ever scored once at Robertson Stadium. So Robin Frazier would need Marcos Mondaini and Nick Labroca to continue their aggressive play. The Red and White hoped the return of Alejandro Moreno would increase their firepower. The Dynamo, on the other hand, needed some bite in the final third. Winless in 7, Houston was slipping in the East. Rookie Will Bruin had cooled off, and Brad Davis had trouble finding space to operate. Dominic Kinnear looked for Colin Clark to work the wing and hoped the return of Brian Ching could provide a spark off the bench. Glenn Davis was on hand from a scorching Robertson Stadium.
Chivas in the red and white stripes, your referee Jeff Gamble. Game on here at Robertson Stadium, and believe me, this is a big one for the Houston Dynamo, who have not won since April 29th. Davis towards the back post. They get up in a goal. It's 1-0. And wait a minute, they are going to flag it. It's been waved off. So let's see if Hunter Freeman got a little grab around Dan Kennedy. So that is where the foul occurs. Probably the first thing that comes to mind. Robinson, Mondaini shot the save. Ball throw into the box, headed out by Umani, Costa Rican. Labroca Mondaini has won it. Mondaini to make it one for Chivas USA, lays the keeper down and slots it home. And again, it is self-inflicted from the Houston Dynamo. Hunter Freeman making an absolute mess of this. Box is loaded up. Tons of players at the back. Robinson, Weaver, Cameron, all guys 6 foot and above. Davis drives it in. It's flicked on. What a goal from Jeff Cameron. Boy, did the Dynamo need a goal, and did they get one. It's driven in. The pace is in the delivery. A blurry orb past Dan Kennedy. Davis. Freeman in and around Dan Kennedy. Driven towards the near post. Dangerous ball. It goes in. It's pinball wizardry. Maze of bodies in front of Dan Kennedy. Question is, who got the final touch? And this is a shaky back pass. Brown hits it one time, and it goes off the side netting and back stanchion. Lahoud with a bad ball. And actually, I believe this is a spectacular save. Lahoud, broken up by Chabala. That's it. A much-needed win for Houston. The drought is over. For the first time in 7 games, they take the full 3 points. Dominic Kinnear, Robin Fraser with the customary handshake.
Portland had a score to settle when Colorado came to town. Thoroughly beaten in their first ever MLS game by the defending champs, John Spencer's men needed to rebound after consecutive losses. And a raucous Jeld-Wen Field would provide the perfect backdrop for Jack Jewsbury, Kenny Cooper, and the rest of the Timbers to get revenge. Colorado would need to step up in order to repeat their early dominance over the expansion side. With a league record 6 straight ties, the Rapids look toward Pablo Mastroeni and Jeff Larentowicz to jumpstart the attack from the midfield. But the defending champs would try to return to the win column without Omar Cummings, still out with an ankle injury. John Strong and Ross Smith called the game in front of a capacity crowd at Jeld-Wen Field.
Okulaja in charge of a Timbers match for the first time, his 109th at MLS over 2 straight weeks with relatively new officials. And we are underway. It is the Portland Timbers in the Rose City Red. Jewsbury gets it away to Nagbe. Nagbe the cross in. It's actually maybe a shot as well. I think it was half and half, and a good play by the goalkeeper, Matt Pickens. Timbers do better to react. Now Larentowicz thinking about it from way out. Perkins able to get on the end of it, and then Bruner covers it up right in front of Connor Casey.
Geez, what movement on that ball. The way he hit it, so clean. Oof. All credit to Perkins there. Got down nice and low.
And giveaway by Nagbe, though. Again, Jamie Smith given space to fire, and Perkins, did he get a fingertip to that? Yes, he did.
Perkins wasn't involved in the action that much and wasn't called upon. Now, the last couple of games.
As Perlaza gets it behind for Jeremy Hall. Nagbe! In the place of Anthony Wallace tonight, the regular first-choice left-back, who actually was a Portland Timber for about an hour in last year's expansion draft. As Perlaza on the mistake defensive header gets behind Cooper! Pickens to deny Kenny Cooper.
Great strike from him, great technique to keep the ball low. I think enough was enough for that 4th official.
Jamie Smith now sends in the free kick. Bruner headed backwards. Another stop. It's saved off the line. It's a cross. Colorado has scored in second half stoppage time. Absolute heartbreak for the Portland Timbers. Another look at the watch by the referee. Sent it quickly, and it's just over the top by Ryan Moore, and that is going to be the last chance. And that is the biggest heartbreak of this MLS season for the Portland Timbers. A goal in second half stoppage time to deny them at least a deserved point, and a great performance. Wonderfully hard-fought 90 minutes. 1-0 Colorado Rapids, the final.
Coming up on the MLS Review Show, Toronto looked to defy the odds against the league-leading Galaxy. Catch up on all the relevant soccer stories around the world each weekday morning with The Kickoff, compiled by fan favorite Simon Board. Whether it's a story about the latest European superstar linked to an MLS team, a controversial quote from a head coach, or a game preview with an interesting slant, you'll find it in The Kickoff. With as many as 20 links within the article, you can learn all you need to in the world of soccer with just one stop each morning. Welcome back to the MLS Review Show. The inaugural Cascadia Cup continued when Vancouver headed to Seattle. But first, LA welcomed Toronto to town. Toronto arrived in LA with only one win since March, but the Reds were unwilling to hand the game to the league leaders. With Michael Urasowski surprising many with his play, and Alan Gordon looking for time off the bench against his old team, Aaron Vinter's side looked to prove the critics wrong and walk away from California the victors. The Galaxy were on a roll and were confident heading into the home match against Toronto. But after a lifeless offense a week ago, Bruce Arena called on Juan Pablo Angel to earn his wages up top. Hoping for a spark, the attack-minded Miguel Lopez took up Landon Donovan's normal spot on the left. Would the league leaders flex their muscle against a struggling Toronto? Jim Watson and Mark Rogandino were on hand at the Home Depot Center.
Josh Saunders at one end, Stephen Fry at the other. Toronto in their traveling Reds. Todd Donovan got a quick touch right there. Todd Donovan, of course, continues to be the only guy who's played every second for the Galaxy. Lopez ahead. He has Barrett. Going to leave it late. Burchell. Chance about the Galaxy in front.
There's a little something extra special on this one. First ever MLS career goal for Chris Burchell.
Lopez. Off the post. Loose ball in front. And Burchell trying to poach his second goal. Always creating some chaos right in front of the net. Headed away by Gonzalez. Right back in with the left. Urasowski.
Watch the end of this sequence right here. Gonzalez does well to head it clear, but quickly right back into the fray from Urasowski.
Outside to Borman now. Joins the offense. Service with the left in the air. Alan Gordon.
Gordon just attacks it right inside the 6. Right over the top of AJ De La Garza.
Borman. Head to Santos. Santos, the shot goes off the bar. Borman the follow, wide.
You said you're expecting to see Maicon Santos pop up somewhere, and he almost pops up by putting the ball in the back of the net.
Ryan Jordan. Gonzalez. Donovan. One time. Angel.
They had started to pick up the intensity the last few minutes. It's that glancing header from Omar Gonzalez right there that keeps the play alive. And watch this volley from the Colombian.
91st minute. Juan Pablo Angel. That stands as your game-winning goal right now. Gordon wins another ball in the air. Gordon! Off both posts and scores!
Watch this finish. This is going to be up for goal of the week, no question. Pinging it in the upper corner.
94th minute, just seconds left on the clock. Saunders could do nothing with it. And we're expecting the whistle any moment now. And I think McKee was looking to head that ball to the feet of Cardozo, and that is it. And the Galaxy had the 3 points, had it taken away, got it back, and then surrendered it again in the final seconds to their old friend, Alan Gordon.
The rivalries in the Northwest have already provided great displays on and off the field. So when the Whitecaps traveled to Seattle, the sellout crowd would expect to see fireworks. The Sounders would receive welcome sights at training this week when injured Steve Zakuani visited practice, and O'Brien White returned to training after blood clots sidelined the target forward. After seeing the bench for the last 2 games, designated player Freddie Montero made his way back to the starting 11 for Siggy Schmid's side. The Tom Sohn era at Vancouver had shown some life early, but the honeymoon only lasted 1 game until RSL dismantled the Canadian side. Looking for his first win as coach, Sohn would preach discipline to his injury-riddled side. The Whitecaps knew it wouldn't be easy, but with Davide Cumiento taking more of an attack-minded role, Vancouver hoped to silence the Seattle crowd. Arlo White and Christopher Sullivan provided the call from an explosive Quest Field.
There's that man, Freddie Montero, with a big role to play for the Seattle Sounders. Underway then at Quest Field. All sloppy from Ozzy Alonso. Camillo will try one. It's a good effort, palmed out by Keller. Ball still in play with Astley. 2 to aim for in the penalty area. miscontrols, and that's a goal kick.
Look how he strikes it, landing on the shooting foot. Excellent technique.
Corner ball from Rosales. Cannon with the punch clear. Alonso, volley, left-footed, chipped over the crossbar. Here's Camilo, the Brazilian, running at James Riley into the penalty area. Camilo, was he taken down? Penalty. Ozzy Alonso with the foul. Mark Gallagher with no hesitation.
Let's take a look here. It definitely steps in. That's a penalty.
Third penalty of the season. Ashley, right-footed against Keller. He chips in and scores.
Great ball.
Down the centre, Facito, chance here for Seattle. Mike Facito wide. Nice and Wall, wraps his left foot around it. Hesitation from Cannon. Goal! Mauro Rosales, the Argentine.
You get this explosion, a tidal wave of passion in the stadium, and this is a fantastic goal.
No free kick for the challenge on Evans. They have it back here, Seattle. Alonso, no drive goal! A first of the season for Ozzy Alonso. The roof has lifted off Quest Field. Almost euphoric position of snapping this 13-game winless run. Now find themselves having to get back into the game. Asley, oh goodness, Asley! What a goal from Eric Asley! You will not see better than that. Right-footed across Casey Keller. What a night at Quest Field.
Wow. I mean, you're talking about at this point in the season, this is the goal of the year.
Park to the far post, too strong. He was looking for Jaquet.
That's
too heavy.
Have to have better precision in delivery.
And he knows it.
Yeah.
Jaquet just trying to make an impact up there for Seattle. And that's it.
What an amazing game.
Coming up on the MLS Review Show, Columbus defend their unbeaten home record against a struggling Chicago. MLSsoccer.com is home to the best original soccer content on the web. This includes regular weekly features like John Bolster's Monday postgame, kicking off each week, reviewing the events from the previous one. On Tuesday, the MLS Power Rankings come out, illustrating the current position of each team in the opinion of the editorial staff. Postcard from Europe features a Q&A with American playing abroad every Wednesday. Peer into the mind of MLS Soccer's Jonah Friedman every Thursday with the throw-in. Finally, Fridays bring the Armchair Analyst, where Matthew Doyle breaks down a statistical or tactical trend in the world of MLS or the U.S. national team. All of this and much more, including all the breaking news and updates, every week on MLSsoccer.com.